In blow to Biden, Supreme Court allows Texas to start arresting and deporting illegal aliens. Now, a question one might ask is, why is that a blow to Biden? Don't we want these illegal people to be taken back? The answer to that is the Biden administration does not. That's another voting block. That's what that's about. We all know what they're using illegals for. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from Zero Hedge, and they report that the Supreme Court on Tuesday dealt a blow to the Biden administration's attempt to keep the border open, allowing Texas to enforce a new law giving local police the power to arrest migrants. With three liberal justices dissenting, of course, the conservative majority court rejected the emergency request by the Biden administration, which claimed that states have no authority to legislate on immigration. The ruling means that Texas's law can go into effect while litigation continues in lower courts. The law SB 4 allows police to arrest migrants who illegally cross into the United States from Mexico and imposes criminal penalties. It also empowers judges to deport people to Mexico. I love it. I love it. I love it. Attorney um, Attorney General Ken Paxton, he's the Attorney General for Texas, he said, huge win. Texas has defeated the Biden administration and ACLU's emergency motion at the Supreme Court. Now, why is the ACLU protecting illegal immigrants over American citizens? You know what I'm saying? What sense does that make? But anyway, he goes on to say, our immigration law, SB 4, is now in effect. As always, it's my honor to defend Texas and its sovereignty and to lead us to victory in court. Um, Texas is the first line defense against transnational violence and has been forced to deal with the deadly consequences of the federal government's inability. I don't. It's not the inability. I like that he says or unwillingness. That's what it is. It's their unwillingness to protect the border. Texas argued in court papers. The dispute is the latest clash between the Biden administration and Texas over immigration enforcement on the U.S.-Mexico border. A federal judge blocked the law after the Biden administration sued, but the New Orleans-based Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals said in a brief order that it could go into effect March 10th if the Supreme Court declined to intervene. On March 4th, Justice Samuel Alito issued a temporary freeze on the law to give the Supreme Court time to consider federal government requests. Now, Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogar said in court filings that Texas's law is, quote, flatly inconsistent with Supreme Court precedent dating back 100 years. Quote, those decisions recognized that the early authority to admit or remove non-citizens is a core responsibility of the national government, and that where Congress has enacted a law addressing those issues, state laws is preempted, she said, adding the appeals court did not explain its reasoning for allowing the law to go in effect. And what about the GDP? The new ruling may put a crimp in the Biden administration's seeming plan to flood the country with low-wage labor in an effort to boost GDP. And I'm going to play a video pertaining to that too, which Democrats now would insist to the tune of $7 trillion thanks to illegal immigrants who are allowed to work indefinitely whilst waiting for the U.S. immigration system to process their asylum claims. Recall that 10 million illegals have entered the U.S. under Biden. 10 million. While virtually all of the job gains under Biden have gone to foreign-born workers, looks like the great replacement, they crossed out theory, scheme has just suffered a swift kick in the huevos. This unprecedented surge in illegal immigration isn't an accident. It's the result of deliberate policy choices by the administration, said Eric Rourke, director of research for Numbers USA, a nonprofit that advocates for immigration restrictions. Looks like Krugman is going to have to go back to the drawing board. Maybe he can get back to work finding out who quote hacked child porn into his computer. We all know that that wasn't the case. Disgusting individual. He said, he tweeted out some evidence to the effect relative wages of foreign-born workers have fallen a bit relative to native-born since the pandemic. That's okay, he says. They gain a lot from coming here, and their presence allows bigger gains for the native-born. Whatever. He also says all this in short run, adding huge long run benefits from immigration to helping us pay for Social Security, Medicaid, and so on. Immigrants are really good for the U.S. economy, and nativists really bad. What? I don't know what he's trying to say. I really don't understand what he's trying to say here. But he said that back in February. And then Elon Musk tweeted out, this is actually happening. So let's watch this video clip here.
The Democrat open borders plan to entrench single-party rule, explained in under 2 minutes. 1. Flood the country with untold millions of illegals by land, sea, and air from all over the world, enough to eclipse the populations of 36 individual U.S. states so far. 2. Prioritize the needs of these millions of non-citizens over the needs of the American citizen, with free flights, buses, hotels, meals, and phones, ensuring their loyalty to the political party that imported them. 3. Keep them in the country at all costs, even when they commit violent crime like murder and rape. Attack the language used to describe the criminals, as opposed to the criminals themselves. Slander critics as racist. 4. Ensure their privileges are made irrevocable with city and state sanctuary laws that act as population magnets. Codify permanent status and ensure non-cooperation with ICE. 5. Count the non-citizens in the census that will determine congressional apportionment in the House of Representatives. As of now, that would equal 13 extra congressional districts, a tremendous amount of electoral power. 6. Wage a massive, heavily funded lawfare campaign to change state voting laws that legalize mass mail-in ballots, no signature verification, and no proof of citizenship requirements, making it nearly impossible to prove voter fraud. 7. Lock in the permanent voting majority with campaign promises of lavish benefits and permanent privileges, enshrining generational fealty to the Democrat Party. 8. Win elections. 9. Entrenched single-party rule has been achieved. The best part? Your tax dollars are paying for it.
All facts. All facts. These are in-kind donations they're doing by allowing these illegal immigrants to come into the country. They're trying to secure the voting block because they know it's the beginning of the end if they can't do this, because we are living in the democratic utopia, or dystopia, I should really say. They promise a utopia, and look what their policies are giving us. Inflation's record high, unemployment record high, people are suffering, people are struggling, crime is high. That is the Democrat platform. So they can't run off of that. They will never win an election if they go off their record. So the only way they can win is by rigging the system, by allowing illegal immigrants to come in to this country and allowing them to vote, and using those to reshape congressional districts and stuff like that. This is their plan. This is their plan. So get this information out there. Share this out so we can let people know what's really going on, and try to stop the Democrats from allowing this country to be invaded. Let me know what you think about this. Leave the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.